This is an urgent message for all investors, really, but particularly for cryptocurrency investors. The last few days have been some real pain, I think, especially if you are a new investor to the cryptocurrency market. If you've come in the last year, welcome, by the way, but holy cow, this is definitely a baptism by fire kind of moment for any investors who have recently got involved in the cryptocurrency markets. So in today's video, I want to break down what is going on and what I am doing, as well as my thoughts on this current market situation. My name is Lark. Every day I make videos talking about cryptocurrency investing. So if you do like that kind of content, of course, whack on that thumbs up button for the YouTube algorithm. Now let's just go ahead and get straight into this. And to start off with, if you are a new investor, just know that anyone like myself or lots of other people that you're going to find on Twitter and in the comment section and making YouTube content, we've all been here before. In fact, many of us have gone through things that are much worse than this current sell-off in the market. That is not said to sort of say, hey, what you're experiencing is not important. Obviously it is. It's your portfolio. It's very personal to you, this particular market crash. But things have been much worse. Of course, things could always get worse if the fears around the Fed and the stock markets and all that stuff continue on. We'll talk more about that just momentarily. But just to give you some perspective, this current market correction, at the time of recording this video anyway, we were only about 50% under the all-time high for Bitcoin. Obviously, a lot of altcoins have been smashed. They're down 80, 90%. I mean, this is bearish as heck right now. Once we lost support a couple days ago for Bitcoin, that was it, man. That was it. The market just started going into a freaking free fall. However, food for thought for you, 50% down from the all-time high is not as bad as the 2021 crash, where we actually were 55% down from the all-time high for Bitcoin. Obviously, a lot of altcoins took massive hits during that time. The crypto market's famously volatile. But is this a repeat of 2021? Is it just same old, same old? Well, I think the Federal Reserve situation with the tapering of asset buying, the rise of interest rates trying to combat inflation, slowing economic growth around the world, as well as runaway inflation for the cost of goods, the stock markets coming down, all of this stuff is building up into a pretty scary picture for the average investor. Federal Reserve's doing something scary, stock markets are going down. What's going on with the economy? My inflation's going nuts. I don't know what to do, where to go. And then, of course, you can add on to the crypto perspective of things. Russia wants to ban cryptocurrencies. The EU wants to ban Bitcoin mining. Spain and Singapore and the UK are banning crypto advertising. Scary regulations are always being talked about or proposed. There's lots of FUD in the markets. There's lots of things to be scared of. The reality, of course, is that markets always bounce back. There will always be new opportunities in the market. We will go back to all-time highs at some point. The question, of course, is how long it takes. I think this particular market nuke, blow-off, implosion, whatever you want to call it, has been particularly brutal, and it's really destroyed a lot of the market structure that we could have held on to as a bit of hopium to say, hey, things are going to be really okay soon. We've nuked out a lot of that structure. It's going to take us a little while to recover in the cryptocurrency markets, unless there's some dramatic turn of events and the Fed reverses course and things magically get, super better with the stock market. Well, then we can see crypto moving up too. However, I think you're going to see a lot of people looking to aggressively sell any relief rallies that we do get, and there will likely be a relief rally, which will allow some people to exit out of some positions. Short-term minded people will do exactly that. But the reality of any major fear event, any big sell-off event like this in the market, is that it's a moment of opportunity for the right investor. All the big investing legends of the past, guess when those guys made the most money? They made the most money in crashes. They didn't make money buying tops, they made money buying bottoms and then selling tops later on. This kind of market structure, this kind of market sentiment, it is an opportunity. It's a hard opportunity to take because everyone's panicking, everyone's freaking out. And yet that is the time when we start to see these opportunities arising. Now, I'm not saying to go all in and to take all your money. You should absolutely always, always, always be taking care of your finances in a very positive way. Have cash on the side because you never know how long these things can last. Remember, the market can remain irrational longer than you can remain solvent. Very important to keep in mind. This is why we never invest more than we can afford to lose, right? Right, guys? The reality of this market is if you can afford to be investing, if you have a stable income and you can afford to keep cost averaging in, then it's not a bad idea to be doing it. Now, I just want to say that's what I'm personally doing. This is what I have been doing. I have been averaging in, buying little bits of Bitcoin. If the market stays down, I will continue to average in. I'm lucky I do have a cash income, right? So I can continue to do that. These kind of market events, they come frequently in markets. This is part of investing. Everybody just wants the good times, and they get really freaked out when the bad times come. But the bad times are a feature of the market. They're not a bug. This is not some crazy anomaly. This is exactly what happens in markets on a regular basis. During these times, it's important to stay strong, stay focused, and stay patient. Remember, I'm always talking about how, I'm looking at like Bitcoin and Ethereum and stuff as multi-year investments. I'm looking at, hey, I'm still going to be holding these assets in 2030, for example. I'm serious about that. I'm still going to be holding these assets in 2030. So with that in mind, these current market events, well, so what? I'm down on, the Bitcoin that I bought at $42,500. Whatever. I'm taking the big picture. I'm looking long term to when I do believe Bitcoin will be worth hundreds of thousands of dollars, potentially $1 million a coin. I'm taking the long term view. I'm remaining patient with my investments. Now, what is my current plan? How am I going to be, operating in this incredibly bearish environment that we have right now in the market? Well, I'm going to keep investing. As I said, I'll be cost averaging into my top coins, probably keeping in stocks as well, looking at cost average into some of my favorite stocks also. I will keep staking coins. Now, some of my altcoins I am down dramatically on, but I am continuing staking those coins because some of them I really am excited about long term, or at least mid-term, and I believe that staking those coins can bring in some real big returns. So I'm going to continue doing that. I'm going to continue farming. There's great farms out there. We can earn great percentages on your stable coins or on your Bitcoin or on your Ethereum. Again, long-term investments. So why wouldn't I want to earn some extra yield on those coins right now? Which is exactly what I am doing and will continue to be doing. Now, that being said, we could be in for a ride as the stock markets continue to slide, as fears around the Fed and all that stuff continue to persist in the market. So just be aware of that. You could really want to think about strapping your seatbelts in and just getting ready for some more volatility in the markets. It's going to test your emotions. It's exactly what markets do. But as I said, markets have a way of bouncing back. And these tough times in the markets are real learning events for investors. If you invested at a time and the markets were only going up and now they're down, well, welcome to investing. It's tough. It's psychologically difficult. There's a reason why only a small percentage of investors perform very well over the long term, because they have the psychological strength to do so. It's a crazy game, investing. Nobody said it was going to be easy, but I am a massive believer in the cryptocurrency asset class, which is why I continue to invest in it. I will continue to invest in it. If we have a prolonged bear period because of the stock markets and the Fed and Russia banning crypto and all that stuff, I'm still going to be here. I'm still going to be here making videos. I'm still going to be here investing in crypto because that is what I love. It's what I do. And it's what I believe is going to create intergenerational wealth for my family in this decade. Anyway, just my 2 Satoshis for the day. I hope you're doing well out there in spite of the craziness happening in the markets. If it's bothering you too much, Get away from the screens, go out for a walk, realize it's just money. There will always be more money. Markets will bounce back at some point. Thank you for watching today's video, and peace out till next time.